Hey guys, I thought I'd do an Innistrad draft. Seemed like it had been a while. Man oh man, I think this is the best pack that I've ever opened. So first pick. Good. I'll probably get a good blue card back. Passable blue card at least. I'll definitely be on the lookout. If Screeching Back comes back, I may have to head into black. But I think Elder of Laurels is the pick. Many years ago I would have thought Murder of Crows, but Murder of Crows just costs too much. And I don't know. I don't think anything's really close to Elder of Laurels there. The Elder is a damn fine dude. Yeah, I think just Juggernaut here. Grizzly Outcast and Spider are both a little bit more expensive than you want in a green base aggro deck. Ranged Assistant is an okay card, but it doesn't really fit into an aggro build. Well, maybe I actually want the Ranged Assistant. I already have an Elder of Laurels. Oh, I just passed so many blue cards though. Don't expect to get much blue back in pack 2. Yeah, I think just Juggernaut. I'm still unsure what I want my second color to be. I think I'd probably not getting much white back either. I honestly think like black might be the best color given how the draft is going so far to pair it with. Well, okay, and then I got past the third pick, Silent Departure, and I'm just gonna take that. Yeah, blue-green is it's solid, it's good, it's actually a pretty good color combination for Elder of Laurels, I think, because you do want to head up the curve for your flashback spells. Nothing else here, really. There are all those black cards, and there are 0 green cards in this pack. I may actually have to abandon Elder of Laurels, which is unfortunate. I don't think that there's much reason to now, though, when there's a perfectly good Stitcher's Apprentice in the pack. Like, I like the Stitcher's Apprentice more than all of these black cards. Either of these red cards. Yeah, the Stitcher's Apprentice is the best card by a decent way. Not a very good pack here either. Traitorous Blood may be the best card in the pack, but it's red and there's just no way I want to be drafting that deck. Moment of Heroism is fine. Moon Mist is fairly terrible. I don't think blue is going to be deep enough to get a deep blue with my shallow pack 2 green, although I might get pack 3 good blue, pack 2 good green. Anyway, I don't want a Laboratory Maniac, that's for sure, so let's just not do that. Crossway Vampire is the best card here by a long way. Isolated Chapel. Isolated Chapel is worth a little bit of money, on the other hand. I don't want to play Pitchfork or Wooden Stake. I don't want those cards anywhere near my deck. Lost in the Mist I could see playing, but probably not given what's happened so far. I actually have a decent start to a very fiddly, lots of color deck. I think I'm going to take Isolated Chapel. I feel like that sort of deck has a better shot at winning than the aggro decks that I'm trying to build at this point, just because I'm not getting the cards for the aggro decks. It's close here between Woodland Cemetery and Prey Upon. It's probably going to end up being Prey Upon with the Juggernaut 2-3 for 3 in the pile. Although, I wish I had more creatures. Elder of Laurels is obviously better when you have lots of creatures in your deck. I'm just going to take the Cemetery. It's worth money. Simple as that. Ranged Assistance seems fairly good here. Got a decent amount of blue back, actually. The Moon Heron should be fine. I'm going to take a Knot of the Bone, just get it in the pile now. Don't know that more are going to get opened in pack 2 or 3, and it's a very useful effect to have if I'm going to be building something, for lack of a better word, bad. Then Knot of the Bone can be useful. This deck needs spider spawning. Spider spawning can go late, fortunately. I just ordered a water fountain for my cats off Amazon so that they'll stop drinking my water out of my cups. I don't really feel like I want to be white. But I don't feel like I want Ranger's Guile particularly either. Ranger's Guile may happen, I don't know. Runic Repetition is pretty terrible. Even if it gains me 32 life. Which is going to be difficult, because I have 5 creatures total. Fortunately, there's only been 1 pack. Right now, I feel like I'm working with like sort of this. Wow. Probably shouldn't hide that. Neither of my lands help me play red, unfortunately. Have picked up a decent ability to splash black and white, though. Add like a couple of Shimmering Grottos and I'll be set. That's great because of spider spawning, and also green and blue both have good commons which have white flashback costs. Well, actually the blue one I guess starts out white and flashes back for blue. Feeling of Dread. Yeah, so like black and white would make more sense as splashes than red, I think. Red doesn't have a whole lot you want to splash. Certainly not a card which is double red. So this is what I'm looking at after pack 1, I think. It's a little awkward. I could take Silent Departure over it, but I don't think it's any good to do that. Certainly a very, very awkward deck. Dead Weight. No. If you're gonna try to play 4 colors at once, you should probably take good cards. So let's do it. Heretic's Punishment is a bomb that I actually don't really think is a bomb. So I'm not gonna try to take that. I think Dark Thicket Wolf has to be the pick out of this pack. I'm going to be base green-blue, then Dark Thicket Wolf should be coming out on turn 2 a lot, and getting my opponents on the back foot a little bit, which is useful. It's not the best defender, but I'm not actually trying to defend, even though I'm playing a bunch of colors. And there's not really another card in this pack that's appealing. Like, I don't want the Heretic's Punishment, so... Okay, I will play 2, I suppose. Yeah, man. Don't know what else to say. With 2 Elder of Laurels, I start to just want to try to get enough playables to play a 2-color deck. And a Mare of Averbruck. Okay, so I guess I was correct that I was getting good green on the way back. Is this a constructed deck? What's going on? Like I have 4 rares. I have 6 rares. I have 6 rares and 7 non-rares in my playable cards pile so far. Good work, me. There's lots of other good stuff in that pack for me too. Okay, I think at this point I may just want to give up on the blue, actually. I'm seeing no blue from the left, which is what I expected. But there's a decent amount of white. Doom Traveler, I think, is better than Spectral Rider or Cathar, so I'm going to take him over Spectral Rider or Cathar. Have a moment of heroism too. The Mystics, I do believe, are better than the Boar, and I think both are better than the Deranged Assistant. I'm trying not to play blue, I think, so yeah. Man, I got a lot of rares out of this pack. It's too bad that I don't get to fiddle around with Stitcher's Apprentice and Mentor of the Meek if I manage to cut all my blue, but on the other hand, yeah, I should be okay if I have Mentor of the Meek in play, right? Just want to see what this looks like right now. Good playables, plus some other stuff. I mean, it looks pretty good to me. Avacyn's Pilgrim, yes please. That's gotta be better than Shimmering Grotto. Yeah, much better. Moon Mist? No. Moon Mist is definitely not happening. Yeah, we got so many good rares that we just want to be a beatdown deck. They're good rares in a way that trying to end the game is actually good for you, as opposed to good rares that you want to try to draw the game out to draw them and then win, because they're rares that work very well with other cards in your deck rather than working well on their own. Something like that. Something like that. Chapelgeist over Unruly Mob. I don't think Unruly Mob is terribly playable, so I will do it. So I got a Mentor of the Meek and a Chapelgeist out of the same pack. It's pretty good. I'm just checking to see what else was in that pack. There was a Travel Preparations, a Thraben Sentry. Someone took Thraben Sentry and Voiceless Spirit over Chapelgeist, and the Travel Preparations got taken. So, the colors I'm in don't seem to actually be terribly open. Thraben Sentry is fine. But I guess they're deep enough. Spare from Evil is actually a totally good effect. It's main deckable. Like, I'm probably gonna want 20 creatures, ideally. Maybe like 1 Prey Upon, 1 Combat Trick, and 1 Falter Effect. So, there's a Falter Effect, there's a Combat Trick. These guys are battling. Probably it will be Moment of Heroism. Ooh, I don't know. I have 4 creatures that seem pretty good to defend, don't I? It's cool that I have Elder of Laurels and Mare. Not only because Elder of Laurels is a human. Unruly Mob is not so unplayable that I'm not going to take it. It's good that I'm getting my 2 slot a little bit better. I'd like 7 1s or 2s probably. Green is so underdrafted, it seems like. Maybe 8, ideally, 1s and 2s. Try to get there in the next pack. Probably gonna see quite a bit of blue, a decent amount less white in this pack 3, and probably not much green either. It's probably not going to be a very good pack for us. Hopefully we can find 7 creatures. I think if we do, we're just totally golden. It's unfortunate to open Sever the Bloodline when you're not playing black. Hey! Boom, boom. Well, that got sort of interesting. I still don't think I won it, though. I would want 1 more black source before I was interested in playing it, and I think Abyssinian Priest is probably just better. I don't think I'm ever going to get to flash this back. I'm going to have won already. Yeah, I like the Priest more in this deck. I feel like I'm only getting like 70% of a Sever the Bloodline. Maybe even less, like 60% of a Sever the Bloodline, given my mana. So, not a good pack for me. Selfless Cathar isn't awful or anything. I could take Blazing Torch, but don't think I want to. Could take on Burial Rites. I have a lot of good creatures, but I don't anticipate them dying very much. I think just the Cathar. Interesting. Bonds of Faith and Voiceless Spirit. I think it's got to be the Spirit. My opponents aren't going to have many creatures that I care about. I could take a Festerhide Boar also, but nah. Spirit's better at dealing damage, I think. Although the trample on the Festerhide Boar actually was super relevant with all these Elder of Laurels that I have. Should probably have considered that. Well, they may have pushed it slightly in the Boar's favor, but I don't think by much. I feel like 2 or 3 people to my direct right are in my colors. So I'm going to be very happy if I escape this draft with enough playables to run 16 land. Which it's looking increasingly like I will. 2 Avacyn's Pilgrims, it's pretty insane. I would play, what, like 4 or 5 of those in this format. They're definitely a hell of a lot better than in other formats which have had Llanowar Elves or something. Both because they tap for the other color of mana that you want, and because there's more stuff to do with your mana as the game progresses. Although this deck doesn't have all that much. It just has the 2 Elder of Laurels and the Mentor of the Meek. Okay, it has a hell of a lot. What am I talking about? Moon Mist or Spidery Grasp are okay tricks, but I just want a good creature. I'm not really interested in Smite the Monstrous. My plan against an opponent's giant bomb thing is to attack him and it dies, because he has been removed from the game. Okay, there's absolutely nothing here for me. I'm going to take the Shimmering Grotto, I think. Taking the Shimmering Grotto will hurt somebody else's deck a decent amount. And, I don't know, I hope that I don't have to splash, but I could splash a black spell. Taking the Festerhide Boar seems fine. Super happy to add a Doomed Traveler to the pile. I think that's better than a Demon Mail Hauberk. It's great if the Hauberk gets going, but I don't have much to really get it going. Cloistered Youth came all the way back. Super happy about that. Okay, so I have 24 playables and then some here. Probably want 2 combat tricks. Like, I probably want Heroism and Ranger's Guile. I'm not sure that Juggernaut is going to make the cut. Well, Sentry almost certainly won't. None of these lands look like they're going to end up being necessary. That's 23 with 20 creatures. Yeah, seems alright. I would love to get 1 more creature out of these last 4 picks. May not happen. Yeah, that doesn't count. So I don't know what happened with that draft. I opened Elder of Laurels, then I thought I might be green-blue, might be a really fiddly 4-color control sort of thing. And then in pack 2, my decision just sort of got made for me when I opened Mentor of the Meek, got past Elder of Laurels, and got past Mirror of Averbrook. At that point it was just fairly clear that I had to be green-white, even though they were not the deepest colors in their draft at all. Let's put in everything to start. That's probably it. 20 creatures, 4 tricks. I'd like more 2s, but the fact that I have 2 Avacyn's Pilgrims helps with that a good amount. Yeah, I would definitely like more 2s. This deck should be fine though. I would not be surprised at all to 3-0, even without travel prep or removal or anything. Like, it's definitely not the best green-white deck that I've ever drafted. But it'll do. See you guys in a bit for round 1.